Good afternoon and welcome to www.shuswapmarina.com. On the block today is this 1980 26-foot Campion Toba named the Sunny Gale, and it is actually quite a good little boat. Despite some cosmetic appearance things that may put some people off, the more I clamber around this boat, the more and more impressed I get with it. And we'll just walk around it as much as we can. Obviously, being on the water, it only gives us access to this side right now, but I can promise you there's nothing hideous lurking on the other side. You know, you've got stuff like a new windlass is there, and it works. Your wipers and wiper motors are new, and they work. Somebody's tried to paint it, and it probably looks better than it did before. As we walk down the side of the boat here, it's very, very evident that somebody has put a lot of effort into rebuilding this boat, and whoever has done it has actually known what they're doing, which, believe it or not, is actually quite rare. We see so many boats where it appears that owners have tried to refit things and done things that are just beyond questionable. I mean, they're just awful. This is not the case on this boat, and once we hop inside, I'm sure you'll soon see why. So I figured this was as good a place as any to start on the 1980 Campion Toba. And check out this engine compartment. Somebody has seriously spent a lot of time doing things just about perfectly right in here. It's all been re-gel coated. There is a new motor with just over 100 hours on it. It's a rebuilt 350, and it runs extremely well. You know, you've got new holding tank system, you know, good quality battery switches, battery charger, a decent bank of batteries. I mean, these are things that you just don't see in a boat of this vintage, let alone this asking price, and we'll get to that later. But when I opened the hood of this, I was duly impressed. And in our mechanical inspection, I mean, you know, we try to pick these things apart as best we can, and we found very few faults with this. You know, it's turnkey, ready to go. We've got a couple of maintenance suggestions to do on it, but certainly nothing that's going to break the bank. You can always email us for a copy of that inspection report if you feel like. Gareth at Shuswapmarina.com. And we'll hop into the cabin, and I got some good surprises for you in there too. So as we hop into the boat, you can see right away someone's gone to the effort of making window coverings that match. Once we step in here, you really get an appreciation for how much light a command bridge cruiser gets compared to something that's more of a cuddy cabin or a sunbridge. There are no lights on in this boat. It's kind of an overcast day, and it's bright in here. Up in the V-berth, haven't had the solo manpower to be able to get that dinghy out of the berth, but it does do a good job of demonstrating how big that berth is. Certainly comfy for two to spend the night. You know, stuff like a brand new stereo system. I don't know if you can see that in the video. It's a bit dark with the backlighting there. Brand new VHF. We've got brand new gauges everywhere. Brand new switch panels. As you can see on the hour meter, 108 hours on that rebuilt motor. Yeah, I mean, things have been done right, and it's actually kind of impressive. You've actually got a real Blue Sea DC panel here. I mean, these are things that even in newer boats you don't see necessarily. You know, it's got a I would guess, propane stove, which is a nice feature, you know. And we look over at the galley, and I mean, simple, but it's effective. It does what it needs to do. Look at the floor. Someone's gone to the trouble of putting down a laminate floor in this boat. And when we open up the head, they've even put tile down in the head. I just think that's so cool. And you've got a brand new toilet. I mean, a lot of anything that you're going to use in this boat appears to have been replaced already. That fridge, there's no way that the boat came with that. That is definitely another aftermarket addition. Or at least upgraded, I should say. And, you know, we've got some things like this. But that's to be expected. I mean, the boat is a 1980, you know. These current owners really have, or possibly owners before them, have done a really nice job of updating the boat with essential systems, and, you know, they've really spent their money wisely. You got to give them kudos for that, that's for sure. We'll hop up on the command bridge here in a second. And here we are on the command bridge. And I mean, once again, someone's gone to the trouble of rebuilding this box under the seat here. You know? Someone's tried to paint up and around the dash here. Once again, we've got some new gauges and switches up here. They've even fabbed up this nifty little console that would work to hold your drinks and other knickknacks while you're up here. I mean, somebody's definitely loved this boat. There is no question about that. As we look at the cockpit area from up on the flybridge, you can see that there is a lot of space down there. I mean, you could comfortably have 4 folding chairs up there and socialize and be comfy, you know? I'm really impressed with this boat. I'll hop down and give you my final thoughts. So there you have it. It's a 1980 26-foot Campion Toba with a single 350 cubic inch V8 motor, small block. It's definitely had some work done to it. Runs really well. It's Volvo powertrain behind the motor, and all of that is in good shape. Really impressed with this boat, and I think you will be too when you come and have a look at it. We're going to be asking $6,490, and that's with no trailer. So by all means, please drop by and check out this surprising little cruiser. It's for bang for the buck. This boat has it, that's for sure. Thanks very much, and thanks for coming by. www.shuswapmarina.com.